And I remember telling the devil, I remember telling God, like, we're not doing this. All right, child, I gotta get comfortable for this one. Hey, you guys, what's up? My name is Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, you can tell by the title, we're talking about where I've been, a life update. Let's get into it. So first, where have I been? Okay, if you have not been with me or not following me over on Instagram, you are missing out on some content over there. So real talk, okay, let me back up. Over on Instagram, we have built a bomb community of over 120,000 followers. All glory to God. You know, I didn't plan on this, to be honest. I was actually talking with a friend and I was sharing with her different things that are happening, and she was, you know, kind of almost had a kind of expectant, like, of course you're good at what you do, you know, you're personable, all the things. And I was like, well, you know, I didn't plan this. I wasn't seeking out to gain really anything. And she was really surprised. And I said, you know, my goal wasn't to hit 100,000 followers on Instagram. My goal wasn't to really do anything but try new content, share new things, and here we are. But with that being said, I am so grateful for how God has expanded me and has grown that platform, because it is all glory to him. You know, I understand that Instagram was in a place where reels were a big thing. Now they're back into being a photo sharing app again. One of the things I personally don't really pay attention to is the algorithm. You know, I've gotten to a place where I share what I want to share. I am going to share what God gives me to share, whether that's fashion, Bible, whatever. And so with that being said, I know it's God that allowed my platform to grow the way it did. Last year, it got to the point where I was gaining weekly for about 4 to 5 weeks. There was a stretch where I was gaining 10,000 followers a week. I'm not making that up. So to God be the glory for how he has expanded that platform. And again, there is more to come. I'm really excited. God has opened doors for me to have speaking engagements and for me to partner with brands that you guys will see in the future. And I'm just really excited for God to have opened this door and really this career, because this is something I absolutely did not plan for myself. And I brought all of that up regarding Instagram because one of the things I was trying to do last year, and even as I was trying to figure out different pathways of having residual income and more than one income and all those good things, you know, I have a blog called thegirlcavesociety.com, which is getting revamped. You guys can still go on there, see content, see really transparent posts and blogs that I have written. When I was creating the blog, and once I announced the blog and I had the YouTube channel and then Instagram became a thing, you know, I really got overwhelmed, to be honest. And I had my hands and tried to have my hands in various things, and I had to be here and there and doing this, creating that. And the Lord really had to deal with me. And he said, Steph, you need to master one thing at a time and then add on. And so one of the reasons I stepped back from being here on YouTube is so that I could really master where I felt he called me to be in that season, and that was on Instagram. You know, so it's definitely come with a lot of balance, a lot of prioritizing, and a lot of making sure I'm doing the right things at the right time in the right season. And now that my Instagram is kind of on autopilot, as I call it, and it's doing its own thing, and I'm creating and building and meeting so many wonderful women behind the scenes, which I absolutely love, I can now pour back into and share and do all the things I want to do here on YouTube. You know, being an influencer, to be perfectly honest with you guys, can come, and sometimes I feel like has a negative connotation, almost as if people are just trying to sell you something, or that we're just in the business of solely making money. Oh, here's the thing. I absolutely am someone who prays actively that God will bless the works of my hands to bring increase into my home. So if that's by way of social media, if that's by way of other things that God is doing behind the scenes, I'm here for it. At the end of the day, I desire to, you know, create and build a life that I really have envisioned for myself. And I'm grateful that God is allowing that to happen by ways of monetizing social media and on platforms like here on YouTube. But let's go on to the next thing. Another life update, which is more health related. I shared this a little bit over on my Instagram. I have been back in the gym, which I absolutely love. I love working out. I don't always feel like working out. Who does? You know, but I love working out. And now I feel like I've found my rhythm again within the gym. You know, when the new year started, I'm definitely that person who loves a new year. Yes, I like Christmas, but like Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Second is New Year's, like in that order, and Christmas is third. Like, no shade to Christmas, none of that. I love the start of a new year. But let me tell you something. The month of January, I was like, I'm gonna hit the ground running. We're gonna do all this, and this. And no. We went on a corporate fast with my church, and that fast in and of itself was a blessing, but it really taught me the necessity of not being rushed by my own time and my own schedule. I felt like it took me a good month in all of January, to be honest with you, to really find a rhythm and find my pace and find really what works for me with my schedule, with my time, with my husband and our family. Like, and it took a month. It took a really long time. It felt like, to me, it took like a long time. And, you know, even with that, I wanted to be in the gym right away. I wanted to be doing all these things, and it just took time. And I even want to encourage you, like, don't feel rushed by anything or anyone. The Bible says for us to not be anxious for anything. And so, you know, if you feel like, here we are about to be in March and you still are finding your rhythm and trying to find your own pace, that's okay. With that being said, I'm bringing that up because last year I really struggled the second half of the year to be disciplined in taking care of my body as it relates to working out. I started experiencing lightheadedness, dizziness, even moments of feeling very anxious and panicked, and it was unlike anything I've ever experienced, and it literally halted a lot of what I did, especially working out and taking care of my body. I would follow up with my doctor, and then I had a physical done, and then it got to the point where he discovered that I have low blood, you know, aka I was anemic. And so in hindsight, that made a lot of sense, right? You know, because a lot of the symptoms that come with that diagnosis match what I was dealing with. And with that, it's taken me some time to adjust to this, not just diagnosis, but the symptoms that come and go within my body. You know, I am absolutely someone who prays and believes that God is a healer. And so I have been adamant to be praying in faith, believing God, and thanking God for my healing. But with that, you know, I'm not someone also who is ignorant that taking medicine negates my faith. And so, you know, it's taken me some time to kind of get back on my feet, if you will, in that way, because that was something that, you know, I wasn't used to. I wasn't used to having those symptoms, onsets of worry and fear and stress and anxiety. Like, no, we ain't doing that. And I remember telling the devil, I remember telling God, like, we're not doing this. I do have days that are still quite challenging, to be very honest. I have some days that I feel really great and the morning starts great, and then somehow I crash and I feel the onset of these symptoms during my day, or I start off my day and not feeling my best, and then as the day progresses I feel great. At the end of the day, I know that he is a healer, and I'm so grateful to just be in a place where I'm taking care of my body again by going to the gym. It's definitely not easy. I train pretty hard, but at the end of the day, I love what I'm doing. I love that I'm back in the gym, and I love that I get to kind of share that journey with you guys as well. And of course, that is why I'm here today sharing this video with you guys as far as a life update, because something else is happening that is so exciting for me and my husband. So back in early 2023, early in 2022, we started looking for a new home. And in looking for a home, we knew we had to be, you know, willing to compromise on some things. We knew we had to also be prepared to overbid on the asking prices of these homes. And so we would look and find homes that, even if we love them, we knew we would have to go over the asking price more than what we wanted to spend, or if we found a home within our budget, it would need a lot of work. And one of the things I am so grateful that we were able to do is even be in a place to look for a new home, and to be in a place where God, you know, would allow us to, you know, be able to buy a new home. But with that being said, we looked and we looked and we looked, and we didn't find anything we liked. And again, if we liked it, it was out of our budget, because we would have to possibly overbid $20, $30, maybe $40,000 even to be considered for the home. But God is just that good that he would allow us to be moving into a brand newly built home. Let's give it up for God. Like, real talk, yes, you heard me right. We're not only moving, but we are moving into a new home that we are actively building right now. We are hopefully moving in the next few months, but it is definitely a step of faith even for us as we move forward and believe in God all the more for a family and children. And we couldn't be more excited, you guys. I have been holding on to this news for a while. You know, we're really excited. I definitely want to bring you guys along for this journey, and to God be the glory. I do have some clips and some footage I will share in this video of when we went and walked our home for the first time before they put up the drywall. Sorry for the lighting, guys, but we just did our first walkthrough. This is so surreal for us. Our backyard, let me show you. Of course, it's winter in Michigan. It's muddy, but you guys, we have a pond. The builders were saying like they felt like we have one of the better lots in the sub on this side. Of course, I'm in our kitchen. Honey, you want to say hi? He's focused on writing scriptures. We're writing scriptures. Brian prayed. We have oil that we're going to put in certain places of the house, really all over. And even outside, I'm literally going to throw some on the ground in the front and the back.
We shall serve the Lord.
In this house, we shall serve the Lord. We actually haven't wrote that one down yet. Oh, you wait. Okay. Okay. We touched every doorpost, every window, and put oil on the ground, in the dirt where the mud was in the backyard, in the front yard. We put oil everywhere because we know that this home for us is a new beginning in so many ways. And I'm so grateful that this is not just a new home, but it's a new season for us. All right, you guys, so that is it for this life update video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.